Hello and welcome back, and thank you so much for supporting this channel over on Patreon. Now, you may have already seen these on the main channel over on YouTube, but if you haven't, there's a series of 4 puzzles here that are based around a variant called lots or parking lots. And today we're going to be focusing predominantly on odd ones. Now, there are 4 puzzles in this particular set. I've played already 3 on YouTube, so if you haven't checked them out, I would highly recommend you go out and check out this video. As you know, I'm now posting these unlisted on YouTube, so you should be able to actually see chapter marks at the bottom, as well as links to other videos as a card. So all of that should actually be working now. Now, we're going to just crack on with actually solving this particular puzzle called Odd Repulse. And essentially it's got the same kind of setup from GDC here. Anyway, enough of the introduction. Let's take a look at today's puzzle. So, Odd Repulse by GDC. Normal 6x6 Sudoku rules apply. So that means place the digits 1 to 6 once each in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box. We have Nabner lines for this particular one. So yellow lines in the grid are Nabner lines. If a digit appears on a line, then the digits consecutive with it do not appear on the line. Digits cannot repeat on a Nabner line. For example, if a 2 appears on it somewhere, well, I can't have a 2 anywhere in here, nor can I have 1 or 3. So all of these would not be allowed. I would have to pick 2 other digits that are not consecutive with the 2 or each other. So just keep that in mind. Interesting. Odd lots. A digit in a yellow circle indicates the number of odd digits which appear along the attached line, including itself. So essentially, if this cell here is a 1, then the remaining 2 digits would have to be even, such as, let's say, 4 and 6. Remember, it's still a Nabner line at the same time. But all that's saying is that there is, at max, 1 odd digit along the lines. If I had written, for example, a 3, then I know that the rest of these digits have to be odd, and they would be 1, 5, and they would also work on the Nabner line. Right, there are even, sorry, I picked, that was a terrible example, I picked an, let's try that again, yeah, there you go, I'm happier with that. Now, even lots, a blue square, where I'd filled in earlier, excuse that, indicates a number of even digits which appear along the attached line, including itself. Let's go with this one down here. So if this cell was a 2, this would have to be 4 or 6, essentially indicating there are 2 cells that are even. Right, I'm kind of giving it away a bit, so I really need to stop roundabout now and hand it over to you and say, if you want to play Odd Repulse, as always, link will be down below. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. Right. So this is 1 or 2. So, okay, so let's just do some fairly obvious things. Given the length of the lines, we know what all of these digits are limited to being. They can only be 1 or 2 depending on whether it's a 2-digit line or a 3-digit line. Now, this can be a 2 with 4 or 6. This could be 1. This is always going to be an even digit. If this is 2, what it's saying is that there are 2 remaining odd digits. And that's impossible. Here, easiest to demonstrate. So I could easily put the 5 somewhere on this Nabner line, but 1 or 3 are both consecutive with the 2, so that's not going to work. So this cell can't be a 2, this cell can't be 2. We have a 1-3 pair in here. Right, this is counting the number of odd digits. If I put a 2, I only have room for 1 more, which is an odd digit, and the 2 is even, so that's not going to work. That has to be 1. That has to be even, otherwise it would break the 1. Same logic, I think? No, hang on. No. Yeah. If this is 2, then I have 5, but 1 or 3 would be consecutive. So yeah, same logic. That can't be 2. This is 1 or 3. So all of these are odd digits as well. This being even. Well, it can't be a 2, because even if that's 1, it'll be consecutive. So this is always 4 or 6. Now you see, I'm making really good progress, but I'm just not quite solving it. Right, here's something else. Not 2, not 2. See, 1 and 3 will always be consecutive next to the 2. And I've limited all of these Nabner lines to essentially 1 or 2. So no 2s in any of these cells. Does that help me? Does that allow me to place any digit beyond the 2? I'm kind of struggling, aren't I? So let's think about it. If it's 1, these 2 will be even digits with 4 and 6. If this is 3, these 2 will be odd digits with 1 and 5. So 3 would cause a 1 in here, 5 there, and 1 would cause this to be 4, 6. Interesting. And I guess it's the same logic in here. In that if it's a 1, this would be a 4, 6 pair. And if it's a 3, this would have to be 1 and 5. And we know that these two are different, because obviously they see one another, and these two are going to be the same. Interesting. Here, I think I've got it now. If these were double 1s, what that's saying is that this is 4, 6, and this is 4, 6. Then I'm in trouble. I've got 3 of them in column 2. So the only way I'm going to be able to make progress here is if these are double 3s. This is 1, this is 4, 6. No, not this. These two are 4, 6. That's now 1 and 5. And then I'm in trouble again. Because, of this one. And that couldn't be higher. That couldn't be a 2. What is going on? And if it's a 2, I'm in trouble as well. Oh, hang on. I'm counting even digits in this particular one. Excuse me. I've confused them. I'm going to legitimately put back the 2. I'm just going to focus on this digit. If that's 3, that would be 1, 5, which is not allowed. That's 1. That's 3. That would have to be 1, 5. Ignore these pencil marks, they're incorrect. This would have to be now 4, 6 pair. 4, 6 are done in this row. So the remaining digits are 2 and 5. This cell can't be a 3, but remember it's counting even digits. So not the same logic we went through here. So if it's 1, I think it's the same thing. If this is 1, there's no 1s or 2s in here. If this is 2, there is no 1s or 2s in here. Let's do a bit of Sudoku to clean up. This can't be a 1. That's a 1. That's a 5. That's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 5. Whoops. That's a 2. Lovely. So this is 3 and 5. And then down here we have 4, 6 and 1, 3. Not sure that I can use that to move forward really. Let's think about what we've got to use this one. So if it's 1, what it's saying is that there is at most 1 even digit and then another odd digit. An even digit can't be a 2, and if it's 4, 6 in here, that can't be a 2. So it'd have to be a 4, 6 in here with an odd digit there. And it could be anything, could be 3 or 5. Now, if that's 2, I still have to have an even digit in here that is not 2. It would have to be 4 or 6, which is not allowed. So this is always 4, 6. And this is even, no, it's always odd, whether this is 1 or 2. Yeah, if it's 1, they're both odd. If it's 2, these are the 2 even ones, and this is still odd. And this is not 1, this is 3 or 5. How is that helping me? No 2 in here again. 4, 6. Not sure. Feels like this is the trickiest one of the lot still. This is a 5, just Sudoku. No 5s. 5's in one of these 2 cells. It's not enough. It's not quite lining up because I can have a 5 here. I could have 5s there. And yeah, they're not aligned. No 4, 6 here. The second 4, 6 for box 1 has to be in here because we haven't got it anywhere else in column 3. So this is not 4 or 6. It's not 5. This is 2 or 3. Oh, 1 in here gave me a 3 if I paid attention. And therefore this is 1 and 4, 6. One, still 2 cells, still 2 cells. Fascinating puzzle once again. Not easy. Admittedly, I just kind of woke up, so not quite fully awake. So we have another 3, 5, and a 2. Can I put them? Does it matter where they go? Really doesn't seem to. Two's not here. Right, we're going to have to do a bit of Sudoku, I think. It's always what lets me down when I get stuck. So let's just do that for a second. 2's in here, 2's in there, 2's here, and 2's there. Not helpful. 3. Too many options, really. I'm missing something. So if this is 1, right, so the interesting thing is that can't be a 5 because this is 4 or 6. It will always be adjacent. That's always a 3, which removes that from being a 2. That's always a 1. And now that can't be a 4. That's a 6. That was resolvable for quite some time. That's not a 1. That's a 1. Means I have a 3, 5 up here and a 4. Not that it matters particularly. 3, 4, 5. Not a 5. Definite 4, which makes this a definite 6. So we've got 4 and 6 covered. Then a 3, 5, and a 2. Then essentially this is 2, 3, or 5. This is 2, 5. And this is another 2, 5. It's not a 5. That's a 2. That's a 5. These are not 5s. That's a 3, 4 pair. That's a 2. 2, I did say. 4, 5 in here. That 5 keeps giving. That's 5. That's 4. That's got to be a 3. That's got to be a 5. Still need... Well, I was going to say a 3, but I already have one. This is 4 or 6. I need a 3 in this row, though. That is 3. That is 6. That gives me my 4s and 6s. Then this has to be a 2. This has to be a 4. I need... Okay, ignore the 3s. Focus on the 2. That's known. That is a 3. That's 4. That's 3. That's 6. And then finally, that's 4 for the finish. I think I made that way harder than it really was. I mean, the solution was staring us at the face, really, as long as you paid attention to the Nabner line a bit early on. So hoping that you guys did find it as opposed to get stuck like I did. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle for this particular one. I know it's a relatively short video, but you know, I'll look to post one more before the end of the month. And thank you for your support. Please continue. Bye-bye for now.